Hey, music lovers, welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Byron Duff, and I am here with the Huser Brothers, Zach and Josh.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thanks
We
for
are
having us.
we are in Lubbock, Texas at Cook's Garage. You guys, have you played here before?
Yes, sir. This is our second or third
Slide
time.
on up here.
Second or third time,
if you
I
would.
believe.
Second or third time? Yeah, this is a cool deal. And we just got here, so we've been driving for the last 2 days. We left Idaho yesterday morning and drove to New Mexico and stayed with our niece and nephew in Grants, and then got up early this morning and beat feet in here so we could sit down and visit with you guys. But what we really wanted to have a chance to come and check out a lot of the venues and the artists here in Texas. So that's our whole purpose behind the Musical Miles podcast, is to share our love of live music with our fans and our fans and family and friends, right?
Yes, sir.
And introduce your music to people who don't know about you.
Absolutely.
Right?
I love it.
So, well, welcome. Real quick, I'm going to put you guys on the spot, and you guys probably don't need to be put on the spot, but I'm going to ask you, Lubbock has some real rich musical history. Who's the most famous musician from Lubbock?
Buddy Holly.
There you go.
Buddy Holly. They've got a whole street named after it, I believe. We play a spot downtown there called the Blue Light.
Yeah.
Okay.
Buddy
Blue Light
Holly
Live.
Avenue or Buddy Holly Drive.
All right. Well, and I've heard about the Blue Light.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody mentions it in a song. Probably multiple.
There's a few.
artists.
Yeah.
There's probably several of them, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a known spot. Been
Yeah,
around for years.
Wade Bowen, a Waco, Texas boy as well. He cut a live record out there at the Blue Light.
At the Blue
Live.
Light.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well,
Back in the day.
Well, and there's lots of other famous guys from here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Can you?
Man, there's a bunch.
several of them.
Like
Man, there's-
Flatland Cavalry,
Right.
William Clark Green, he would claim out here. Josh Abbott. There's so many
You bet.
Texas folks
Yeah.
that have really been
Pat
paving
Green.
the way.
Pat,
Pat
Green.
Green.
He's another Waco cat that they kind of come out to Lubbock and they got their start.
Yeah,
was
Wade
the
come up
same way.
here, Pat and Wade were Waco boys, and they end up going to school here, and then
Right.
that's really when their
Really,
careers
they
seem
blew
to
up
take
out here
off
in
from
Lubbock.
what I hear.
Right. Well, they spent their time in the bars playing and really got their reputation and built their musical talent, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, and so, but yeah, there's Mac Davis. I don't know if you guys know who Mac Davis is. Mac Davis
Rings
from
a
the
bell.
'60s.
Yeah.
It started out as a music producer, but went to California. But he became a very, very famous singer songwriter. Wrote a lot of music for other artists as well. Oh my gosh, Gary P. Nunn.
Oh yeah.
Gary P was actually the very first artist we ever opened for.
Yeah.
Or very
Yeah.
early on. In our
Really?
We
career.
were little kiddos, and he was the first one we got to open for. It was
That's-
actually like a legit guy, not a garage band. We're like,
Yeah.
man, this is cool.
Yeah, that's what
He was so nice to us too. I'll never forget that.
Didn't he have like some purple shades? Or
Yeah, he
something?
was the
First
coolest guy
purple
ever.
shade.
Yeah. Well, he had to be
glasses.
cool because he hung out with Jerry Jeff.
Yeah,
Right?
That's right.
Jerry Jeff was a cool cat.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Well, that's cool. Well, there's a lot of cool history here, and that's what we love about this whole area, right? This
Yes,
Texas
sir.
music scene, the Texas. We're gonna work our way up north. We actually have an interview set up with Brian White from the Damn Quails.
Yeah.
And we got to meet Brian 4 or 5 years ago at Mile Zero Fest in Florida, and he gave me a cell phone number. Well, I don't know what the hell he was thinking, but he did. And so when we decided to plan this trip, I'm like, okay, I got to map this out. We're going to start in Lubbock because I knew there was some music history here, and you guys happen to be on the bill tonight. Opening for Dylan Wheeler.
Yes, sir.
And so I thought, you know what? I'm just going to reach out to these guys, and your manager got right back to me, and
Very
thank
cool.
you.
You bet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So y'all are on tour, it sounds like.
We are on tour. I don't know how you guys do this because Miss Shanda and I got up early yesterday, like I said, and left Idaho and drove. And we're old though. I don't know how you guys are young. It's a good thing you're because this is not. I speak for myself. I'm old. She's young. But she does the hard work. She makes sure the cameras still work and then the audio's working.
I love it. Yeah, we know that drive fairly well coming back from Idaho. There ain't much out there and far and in between. We're getting
No.
spoiled down here with Whataburger and Buc-ee's gas stations. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that.
Oh no, we're very familiar with Buc-ee's. We love Buc-ee's. In fact, our daughter, we have a list of items that have to be purchased at Buc-ee's for our kids and our grandkids. So
I love it.
Yeah, we love Buc-ee's. So this is such a cool area because this is a target rich environment. If you want music,
rich.
you know, we have so much music now. We have since mid-May, I've seen probably close somewhere in the neighborhood of over 80 acts.
Wow.
Probably 30 in the last 2 weekends because I did a music songwriter festivals 2 weekends in a row in Montana.
Oh, wow.
And there were 15 artists, you know, singer-songwriters on each one of those. And so that's a lot. But to come here and every day I keep finding more stuff, right? The deal in San Marcos on Sunday.
Yeah, there's always something going on in Texas. It's hard for us boys to keep up. Yes, sir.
I can't imagine. You guys, you know, anyway, it's pretty crazy. But listen, so let's talk a little bit about the Huser Brothers, right? Let's talk about you started out, tell me your musical journey. You come from, were your parents musical?
Yeah, very much so, but more so in the church scene. They weren't like in a touring band or anything. We had some far relatives that toured or something.
We had some great uncles that they played a little guitar and maybe around clubs in town. But
sure.
A lot of our family, my grandmas on both sides have sang. My dad sang. He was the one that introduced us to music, you know. And we used to sit around on YouTube when the desktop computer was around.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, we started watching stuff like that. He put us on Michael Bolton, and we grew up singing a lot of soul and hymns and all kinds of gospel.
I get that from your music, right? I've listened to your music a lot in the last 2 days,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So I've listened to just about everything that's on streaming. So I get a lot of that soul, bluesy
soul.
Yeah, I love it. I love
Vince Gill, you know.
Oh, love Vince Gill.
That's one of my favorite vocalists of all time, and Ronnie Dunn from Brooks and Dunn.
Yeah, he's great as well.
Yeah, there's been a lot of relatives that have, you know, I guess you could say we got the music bone from them, you know, but we've been the first ones to really kind of take this outside of the house or outside our hometown, and you know, it's been pretty cool so far.
Sure. Grew up in Waco.
Yes, sir.
Born and raised there. And so, how long have you been doing music professionally?
Yeah, we started the Huser Brothers in 2013. We called that our first paid gig. It was at a local Mexican restaurant, and we probably made $100 for the whole group. And this was it.
Salsa too.
Yeah, and we weren't old enough to drink, so we got messed up on soda water and pop, whatever you want to call it, ice cold water.
Yeah,
we had a good time, and we were, you know, early into high school and stuff like that. Zach was still just out in middle school.
I was in 8th grade when we first started.
Now, is there just the two brothers? There's no more?
Yes, sir. So me and Zach are the Huser Brothers. We're 2 years apart. And then our bass player and keyboard player, Chris and Abel Barrientos, they're a father and a son.
Okay.
So there's a lot of family going on there.
Big family band.
Yeah.
Okay, so where were we? Yeah.
We're talking about you know, kind of where we come up, where we started the band.
Right.
Like that. So, we started in 2013, and we just started playing locally forever. You know, nobody wanted to book me and my brother because at the Huser Brothers, it was just me and Zach for a long time. That was the band. He played drums, I played guitar.
Right.
2-man band.
There was a couple of spots. They were like, well, we don't want to have y'all yet. Y'all aren't really a band, you know. It's just y'all two. And I said, no, this is our band, but they never heard us. And, you know, we were kids, so they didn't know what to expect. Once they'd hear us play, you know, they'd freak out and, you know, we'd be coming back or, you know.
Right.
So that was always cool to watch. And I was telling you earlier, we're a little goofy looking dudes, you know. I used to have a buzz cut. We didn't have long hair, and I looked kind of like Bobby Hill from King of the Hill. If you ever seen that? So that was the best. We'd go walking in these clubs or these little restaurants. We're like, these cats can't sing.
Sure.
And we'd open up our mouth and sound check, and it was the coolest thing to watch them freak out. You know,
they'd turn around, they'd be starstruck.
So it's been fun though. You know, I guess we've been at it for a good while now. We stayed local for, you know, at least 4 or 5 years, just trying to learn how to play in front of people, how to put on a show, how to talk to people.
Right.
You know, and So I'm real thankful for that, instead of like these cats that are on TikTok and they get one hit and they just blow up, and they just throw them out to these sold out crowds. I'm thankful that we've really had time to process everything and, be ready for all this stuff to happen.
Right.
So it's been a fun journey. We got to play our hometown last week. We only get to hit Waco about 2 times a year.
Sure.
Got to open up for a legend, Gary Allen.
Oh yeah, and I love Gary Allen.
Oh, great music.
So we just interviewed Bryce Long last weekend, who's a singer-songwriter from Nashville, who wrote several hits for Gary.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he's written. In fact, Gary Allen, I think well, I'm not so sure. It wasn't Gary's first #1 hit, and I can't tell you which song it was. It was on "Smoke Rings in the Dark," but Bryce Long wrote that song. So yeah, it's cool to get to see you guys do that. And we talked earlier. You made your way to Idaho. How did you guys? How did you get hooked up with Gordy?
Man, I want to say we were opening for a cat named Sam Riggs.
Back
in the day.
Yeah.
And he had saw us.
Gordy loves Sam, and
open for
here.
Sam, and we just linked up together, and we just hit it off well first time. And he was like, "Man, I want to bring you guys up to my festival in Idaho called Highway 30."
He's a man of his word.
And at the time, we had never heard of it or anything.
Sure.
And we, man of his word, he got us up there that following year. And we were blown away by that festival.
It's a cool little deal, and we went for several years. We kind of went every other year. We tried to switch between that and the Brown Brothers reunion in Chalice.
Is it the same? It must be the same time.
Well, it's not. Gordy's deal's in June, and BBR's in August. But just because at the time I was working for a living, right, and we could only get to so many things, and so we've been to the Jackalope Fest in Pendleton, Oregon, and Mile Zero in Key West. And of course, we love Key West because that one's in January, and it's time to get the hell out of Idaho.
That's right. It's too cold up there in Idaho in January.
Yeah, we suffer a little bit, but so let's talk a little bit about your album. So you're have you cut a full length album, or you've just done the EPs and the singles?
Yeah, right now we've just always focused on, recording. We always focused on, pumping singles and EPs. We do plan, hopefully in this next year or two, we really want to do a full length album.
Sure.
And that would be awesome to do. These days we was always trying to stay relevant and promote singles and just try to stay out in front of people, because we're on the road all the time. So we like to have new music and new material to throw out there.
Yeah.
And we always called it balling on a budget.
Sure.
So, sometimes you can only afford when we were first coming up to record a couple songs,
Right.
We're true believers in not doing like a makeshift little studio. We want to go to the real deal and do it right, because this is
the quality of your streaming stuff is very, very good. I will give you that. And the whoever's been producing those for you is doing a great job.
Thank you.
And I really enjoyed that. But every artist I talk to, you're not alone. Everyone tells me the woes of trying to get enough money put together to record a full album.
It's expensive. Yeah. Especially full length. There's so many songs. It just depends on the studio if they're charging, by the song or
by the
hour, or by the day. It's
come a long way though. It's fun. It's been fun to watch. Like, man, we can pay for our records now. We're smart minded and business minded now. You always putting back a little bit what you make to go to your next project. You got to keep this thing going.
Well, and I tell everybody, people don't understand that the streaming deal has been really, really good in some regards, but it's been horrible in others because the financial side of it.
Financially, it's been terrible, but getting discovered, it's been great.
Absolutely.
They throw you on playlists and stuff that people would never have heard of you, and then they discover you and get to stream your stuff. But financially, it's terrible.
Oh, it's terrible. And I tell people all the time, they don't understand that. I said, listen, you think because you're downloading their songs on Spotify and Apple iTunes that you're helping them out. It's less than a penny. And I said, you realize you take 6,500. This is the number I was giving, 6,500 streams to make the same amount of money you make selling a T-shirt.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
And so it's tough. And so I tell everybody, look, go to the events, go to the concerts. Now, most of your deals, I don't know how every artist deal is different and every venue is different. book you, they pay you a flat rate, and that's what you get. Or some places give you, or some places even take a percentage of your merch, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
But I tell people, look, go to the events, go to the live music, support them at the merch tent, that merch table, and that tip bucket there. Throw a 20 in the tip bucket. That never killed anybody, right?
I like your thinking.
And I encourage everybody to do that. And we try and do it. We see so much live music, like I shared with you. We've seen so many live acts just in the last few months that it would break me financially if I was going around throwing $20 in everybody's tip bucket. But that being said, it's so important because one, you guys work so hard to do this, and you do it because you love it.
Yes, sir.
You don't do it because you're going to get rich.
Yeah, you always hear that saying, if you were doing it for money, you'd be in it for the wrong reasons, because it's a long ride to get to the top or a long ride to ever make $1.
Well, and I listen, I grew up in the rodeo world and
sir.
spent a lot of time and there's a lot of great cowboys in Texas. There's a lot of great artists in Texas. There's a lot of great cowboys in Idaho and a lot of great artists in Idaho. But that's a losing proposition. There's just a small percentage of those artists that really truly make a lot of money.
Right,
and you look at even Lainey Wilson, who you guys played with Lainey at Highway 30. Lainey spent 10 years living in her camper in Nashville. Working her butt off. Now she's an overnight success, right?
That's what people think.
20-year overnight success.
That's right.
You said nothing on but the radio was
nothing on but the radio.
You got it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Gary Allen, and that's the song that Bryce Long
That's
wrote.
a great one.
And that is a great song. Bryce was such a cool interview. We just had, we kind of got out in the weeds. We started talking horses and rodeo. and he's an old team roper. So we had, and we knew it was stupid. We knew a lot of the same people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy deal. But we kind of hijacked the music podcast for the horses and rodeo.
Little cowboy.
Yeah, little cowboy stuff.
Talking with Laney, that's what's crazy. People don't understand the sacrifices you got to put in the hard work, That's I say you always got to be like in rodeo. You got to be a little crazy, to get on that horse.
Yeah.
Same with music. You got to really love this and chase it, if you want to ever.
And be willing to take some risks.
Absolutely,
right?
all the time.
Yeah. Well, and we look at this little venture of ours, the podcast, a little bit the same way. We got to be willing to take some risks. Reach out to people's managers and ask for interviews like this. And we appreciate you taking the time
Absolutely.
to do it. And you never know who's going to say yes.
Right.
And some that don't respond at all, in which you're like, you're not that famous.
Right.
But nonetheless, we're thrilled to get to sit down and talk to anybody, right? Because we want to share this. And that's what's nuts is we've seen so much music. I didn't realize we'd seen you guys at Highway 30. That's how much music we've seen and listened to. So, but after the last 2 days listening to those now the one album or your latest, not latest, what's it called?
The latest one we have out would be called
Left You Lonely.
He's talking about our EP.
Your EP,
Becoming Somebody, probably.
Yes, that's it. Becoming Somebody.
Yes, sir.
I love that because as I listen to the lyrics, now you're somebody.
We're trying.
Everybody wants to be your buddy. They want.
That's right.
Hey, can you get me tickets to your show? Yeah, you go to the ticket office and buy it. Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember when Zach was writing that song, and I was listening to the words. I was like, man, we've always talked about that stuff, and you lived it. It's just funny how people kind of change up on you. Or if you're going out and opening for a big band, they didn't care about you when you were back, in their town. But when you come back and you're playing for this big guy, hey, how you been, man? We'd love to get some
when you're opening for Gary Allen, they're your buddy, right? They're like, yeah, man, we'd love to see Gary.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Last year you played with right before Tanner and Dylan.
Yeah.
Who did Morgan Wade hit line?
This past year,
and we weren't there this year.
Yes.
Yeah, we played the Morgan Wade night.
The year before was out with Co, and then the first year we ever played Highway 30 was the Turnpike reunion.
Oh, okay.
Right when they just announced they were coming back. So
So we only saw you once because we saw Turnpike that year. We didn't go that year. We saw Turnpike in Pendleton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we saw them in Pendleton. So
yeah.
And I got to see Turnpike at Red Rocks this year.
Oh man.
And Shane Smith, both that week. So 2 days apart. But Shane, I'm trying to remember, American Aquarium and who else was with you? Gosh, guys, I've seen so many.
I know it's probably all mush by now.
It is. Oh, Hayes Carl, got to see Hayes.
Great line.
Yeah, I love Hayes' song with Ray Wiley. Yeah, Drunken Poet's Dream. That's a great song.
Yeah, great song.
Yeah. No, it kind of all runs together, kind of overlaps. And this week's going to be really crazy.
That's how it is with us. When we get
sure.
back home and people are like, where were you this weekend? I'm like, man, I don't remember where we were, you know.
And that's if you're partying or not.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes you just ain't sleeping enough for all the miles, you know.
Yeah, well, I tell people all the time, this is not for the weak of heart.
Not
you
at
have got
all.
to be tough.
Yes, sir.
You either got to be tough or crazy or stupid
Crazy,
or something.
yeah.
I'm not saying
stupid. Yeah, you're right.
Well, so what else you want to talk about? I just love hearing the stories. So tell me a little bit about that songwriting process, because you guys, all the songs you perform, you've written. Do you do any covers?
Yeah, we play some
few
covers.
of them.
I give credit to my brother too for a lot of the songwriting. He's a big lyricist himself, and I just like writing melodies.
Sure.
But we've always worked good, kind of like a yin and yang.
Sure.
You know, we're like, hey, let's try something different right here. But I've always listened. That's why we work so good. When I was growing up listening to music, I was listening to the melodies and how the song sounded. If that tune is like feeling good and everything, make you want to move, that's a song I like.
Right.
And if it's speaking to the soul, he likes that, you know.
Sure.
So we've always
I was always more of a
good
lyrics guy. I'd listen to the lyrics and see, like, see what kind of picture the song was painting and stuff. You know, more of the lyric side of things.
Are you getting this from some real life experience, or you just?
Yeah, most of it's real life experiences. Absolutely.
You guys got wives or girlfriends or no?
Not
wives?
married yet.
I'm the only smart one. I'm the only single one left in the band right now.
Okay.
Yeah, most of our
smart or stupid.
But most of our songs are about women right now. That's about all we know.
That's right.
Women and whiskey.
Women and whiskey. That's right.
I'm 27. Zach's 25. So yeah, we're growing up a little bit now.
I'm 26 now. I just had a birthday last month.
Yeah, 26. Yeah. See, it's hard to keep up with the birthdays.
Listen. We have 4 kids from 41 to 24.
Oh wow!
We've been married 42 years.
Wow!
We got 9 grandkids and a great grandkid. So, but yeah, it's life is fun, and so this is what you have to look forward to someday.
All right,
your own podcast right here on the road.
There you go.
There you go.
We're getting to see some country. Once again, never been to Lubbock. Spent a lot of time in Texas. I used to ride cutting horses, so we used to come down. I worked on a ranch in West Texas, up by Abilene, a little town called Merkel, years ago.
Yeah, we know Merkel.
Yeah, worked in Merkel years ago before I even knew Miss Shanda. But we love Texas. We were in Austin in January.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, Austin's a little closer. That's what's crazy here in Texas. You know, it's so big. This is still Lubbock's 5.5 hours from Waco.
Right.
You know, and we toured. Once we got out the local scene, we started just touring Texas for the other 3 or 4 years, primarily because it's so big. You know, you have a lot of ground to cover just in the home state. You know.
Well, people don't realize, and I try to explain this to people, especially about the podcast. They're like, music, you go to Nashville. I said Nashville's the hub, and there's a lot of controversy and personal opinion about Nashville and the role that it plays. You know, they say if you ever really, really want to make it big, like Laney and some of these, you got to go to Nashville. But Texas has such a huge, vibrant music scene. Mm-hmm. It is incredible, and people and that's why I said you come to Lubbock. And I don't know how many clubs there are in Lubbock that you could play.
A bunch.
There's several, yeah. 3 or 4 at least.
Yeah. And
there's always something going on.
And so, but then go to Austin, go to New Braunfels.
Yeah.
Go to. I have a list this long of venues that I want to get to. The Devil's Backbone, Green Hall. JT Floors. Go down the list. Those are cool venues.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm aware of them, but most of our friends and people who listen to this podcast don't have a clue. and they don't have a clue how big the Texas music scene is. Reckless Kelly now has a #1 right now on their new album. They just released their new album, and I'm trying to remember which song it is. But that's almost as big a deal as having a #1 on country radio.
No,
You know, that's a big deal.
Yeah, no, it's like once they found, people not from Texas, like a little hidden gem,
Sure.
They can't believe what they've discovered. And then you get
Sure.
hooked. You're starting to find all these venues, and
Yeah.
there's so many wonderful venues, and they're all, so hospitality's been unreal to all of us Texas guys. Everybody treats each other good. What I love the most is everybody in the scene. Everybody just gets along good. It's like a big family,
You bet.
it's that Southern hospitality,
Yeah.
It's just everybody takes care of everybody, we're all one big family down here.
Yeah, nobody's better than nobody. We just want to help each other all
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Let's go have a good time, put on the show for these people out here,
You bet. You bet. Well, people work hard a week long, and and they get to choose where they want to spend their money.
Yes, sir.
And if they want to come to town and come to Cook's Garage and spend, get a barbecue sandwich and drink 4 or 5 beers or whatever, and listen to some great music, and that's what they want to do with their disposable income, more
Yes,
power
sir.
to them.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
We talked
Those
about
are my
that.
kind of people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we literally talk about that before we walk on stage every night. We get together and we say that this ain't just our night. This
Yeah.
is their night. They've been working hard, and I love that.
Yeah.
We love going out and making it a night for everybody.
Yeah.
Let's all have a good time.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, listen, we don't want to hold you up. You guys, we appreciate you taking time.
Absolutely.
We are going to ask you, though, so I got to tell you the story about the guitar. So TETON Guitars is an Idaho company. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but
Do now.
now you know about them. Well, I got to tell you the story. So
yeah.
we were headed to the BBR, and I said, I'm going to go see those guys and see if they'll give me a guitar. I'm gonna have the artist play it, sing us a song, and then autograph it.
Yeah.
Well, we've already covered one up. So this one's brand new. I picked it up day before yesterday before we left. You will be the first guys to autograph this
All
guitar.
right.
But
Start fresh.
this one, but everybody I've handed this guitar to that's played it has absolutely loved it.
They don't want to give it back.
They have a great sound. And so anyway, thank you, TETON Guitars. They're really great to work with. So you want to grab that and hand it to your brother. I know you don't you beat it on the table because you're the drum guy.
Yeah, he'll
Can
break
you
it,
play?
for sure. Oh yeah, he can play a little bit, man.
There you
Pretty
go.
good.
And there's a pick if you need one. If you don't need one,
Hey, we're gonna use it. Here we go.
there you go. And there's a capo if you need it. Some guys, every time I'd hand it to them, they go, "You got a capo?" No. Anyway,
I do now.
play us a song,
Man, that
sing
does
us
sound good.
sing us a little tune. And I play terrible, but I love the way this guitar sounds.
It's
So,
nice, bright, clear.
Yeah.
Very bright.
so sing us a
We
little
need
song.
this guy's info.
That's right.
There you go.
Which
Well,
one would you like to perform here?
yeah,
Whatever you think, Bob.
We got a brand new single out called "Left You Lonely."
yeah,
We both sing on that one.
perfect.
Too, lead,
So
so I think
that's
it'll
what
be
we
great.
that's what we need.
Let's try it here. Will that work for you? I put him on the spot.
Sure.
I love this too. We mixed it up a little bit and got to go into the studio out in East Texas and work with a guy named Taylor Kimball. He's been producing a lot of cool stuff for Co-Wetzel and Tree
Okay.
Oak Revival.
Uh-huh.
He's just a great guy. He's fun. He's smart. And,
Real easy to work with.
yeah, we got in there and just tried to do something a little different. And I've always been the lead singer, and Zach's always been a great singer. And we wanted to mix it up, and the fans have heard him sing. They said,
Sure.
he needs to sing something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it's kind of opened up this new chapter for us. And,
Oh,
Really
we look
good.
forward to hearing this.
yeah, this is our song, Left You Lonely. How would you describe this song?
Man, so I wrote this. It's really a heartbreak song, to be honest, and it's about you had this special someone, and being in the kind of the business that we're in, or rodeo business, or hell, just oil field business, working from home, working away from home,
Right.
anything
Yeah.
like that. And it talks about I wish I could have been everything you ever wanted instead of chasing these white lines and chasing this money. Sure wish I could have been everything you ever wanted, kind of deal. And man, this was a fun song to write. I sat alone and wrote this song. Got in my feelings one night and wrote this. But it kind of paints its own picture
Yeah.
throughout the song.
Well, we have a son that is a bridge inspector for Union Pacific Railroad. He's on the road 4 days a week. He has 2 little girls. He's divorced, and so but that he can. This will probably speak to him.
It's relatable to a lot of people, you know. So.
Yeah.
Ready, Bob?
Mm-hmm.
I'm wide awake. Well, my mind's been running circles. I can't seem to slip away. So I grab a piece of paper, 'cause I got a few things to say. But I'm afraid it's too late. Well, I wish I could have been everything you ever wanted. Didn't have to leave for so long and leave you lonely. But me chasing white lines and chasing that money sure made it so damn hard on you, honey. Baby, I wish I never would have left you lonely. Now you're cussing my name. You're moving back north with Daddy and Mama. I've gone insane. Been drinking down my supper, just trying to numb all the pain. But tears stop falling like the rain. Well, I wish I could have been everything you ever wanted. Didn't have to leave for so long and leave you lonely. But me chasing white lines and chasing that money sure made it so damn hard on you, honey. Baby, I wish I never would have left you lonely. If there was ever a chance again to hold your hand, would you let me? If there was ever a time again to make you mine, would you tell me? Well, I wish I could have been everything you ever wanted. Didn't have to leave for so long and leave you lonely. But me chasing white lines and chasing that money sure made it so damn hard on you, honey. Baby, I wish I never would have left you lonely. Baby, I wish I never would have left you lonely. Baby, I wish I never would have left you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Wow. That is amazing.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. Yeah, we're proud of that one. That's a fun song. It really relates to all of us that are out there sacrificing a lot on the road. And
Have you
homes.
cut it yet? Have you
Yes,
recorded
sir.
it?
Yeah, that's our new single we just put out.
A few months back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's called Left You Lonely.
Okay. All right. Well, wow. Awesome.
I love it.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a
And-
great sounding guitar.
and that did and you know what, I got to tell you, so I picked it up, I sat in my office and played it a little bit and then stuck it in the bag. I never twisted it.
Haven't even tuned it.
Haven't tuned it.
Really?
They tuned it before I left, but I mean I didn't touch it.
That
So-
says what kind of guitar it is, going from all them climates from Idaho to Texas, and it's
And-
still in tune.
Yeah.
I'll approve
Yes.
of that.
Oh, and make damn sure you both sign it for me.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And
I'd hate to run a good guitar here.
well,
Well, if you do it,
now-
doing it on video.
don't sign right here for a while. Because I play it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I started to rub those signatures
Yes,
off. Shanna's like, hey, we got to be careful where we sign that. I probably should put the pick guard on there so you can't sign it there. But, anyway.
Right.
But no, it does. It sounds beautiful. And this one, the first one they gave me was really entry level. This one's not. It's not an expensive guitar. I don't-
Really, it sounds really good.
Yeah.
It
They
reminds me kind of like a seagull. Huh, Josh?
Yeah, that sounds great.
yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
awesome.
But anyway, yeah. But man, guys, we sure appreciate you taking
Yes,
time.
sir.
It's been well worth the 2 days of travel
Oh.
to get here to listen to you
Well, that
guys.
sure means a lot to us
And-
for taking
and-
time to talk to us, too.
And we're gonna enjoy some music tonight with you and
Yes, sir.
hang out. We're gonna go get something to eat. And what time do y'all start?
I believe
I think 8:30, 8:45.
Okay.
8:45 or so. Yeah.
Okay. And there's somebody opening before you guys?
Yes,
There
sir.
is.
There's an acoustic guy before us.
Rick Kerr, he's great. He's from our hometown in Waco too. It's
Oh,
cool how
really?
that worked out.
Okay.
He went
He
to
went to school out here
Yeah.
for a little while, and
Yeah.
he got to know a bunch of these cats that put this on. So
Yeah.
they got him on the show. He starts it off, then us, and then
And
our
then
buddy's
Dylan.
Dylan with
Yeah.
him.
Gonna be a good
Cool.
time tonight.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you again.
Thank you for having
Appreciate
us.
you.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
so much.
Make sure, guys, now they can find your music, I know, on all streaming. And then you also have the Huser Brothers
Yes, sir.
music. Is it what is HuserBrothers.com?
Yes, sir. Huserbrothers.com and all the social media, same deal. Our music on Spotify, Apple
Yeah.
Music, Amazon, wherever you can listen. I always joke about our song "Tired of Running." We was talking about streams.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
our first song to ever hit 1 million streams, and we made so much money. We bought 2 McChickens from McDonald's. So
Well, I hope you enjoyed
y'all
it.
keep streaming.
They were damn good.
Yeah, we're gonna have Big Mac
Keep
sauce.
streaming. And hey, for Musical Miles Podcast, don't forget to follow us on YouTube. Subscribe right down here. Click that subscribe button. Thanks for following us. We'll see you somewhere down the road. Adios.
Right on.